Here tonight, the impact of the recent U.S. Department of Justice report is reflected in a big move announced today by the Louisville mayor. Earlier today, Craig Greenberg expanded the 911 diversion program to go citywide. And tonight, his chief of staff talked about the DOJ report with the Metro Council for the first time. WHS 1119's Bobby McSwine and photojournalist Jessica Farley were there for both developments. And Bobby, they said today that the deflection program has been successful in just 1 year.
Yes, the diversion program is expanding now to cover all 8 LMPD divisions. This addresses one of the DOJ's findings that more is needed to effectively navigate mental health runs. Greenberg's chief of staff, as you mentioned, David Kaplan, he did speak before Metro Council and brought this up again. But some council and community members say the first step in addressing the report is to figure out which officers were involved in the report's findings.
It seems to me that we are not on the same side with DOJ.
Some Metro Council members,
it seems as if the DOJ is on the opposite side,
raising concerns about the Department of Justice. The reason? The lack of specific details regarding its scathing report on LMPD and Metro government's patterns and practices. Councilmember Tammy Hawkins asking the question that WHAS 11 News first raised at the DOJ news conference.
We're asking for the names and to know if any of those officers that committed any of those acts that are still in that report, if they are still active officers.
Mayor Craig Greenberg's chief of staff, David Kaplan, says they've been given information with file numbers and citations for body camera footage.
That would allow the Louisville Metro Police Department to go in and identify with greater specificity all of the examples that they gave.
Which could lead to the specific officers being identified. Regardless, Greenberg remains adamant about getting ahead of the consent decree.
We're not waiting.
One step announced just hours before the Metro Council meeting. Greenberg expanding the crisis call diversion program, created 1 year ago, to all 8 LMPD divisions.
Sometimes when police officers respond to these calls, it becomes clear that what those individuals need really isn't a police officer. They need a social worker.
One officer sharing her personal gratitude for the program.
Because we'll still be out there making runs and spending the time we need, but it's an invaluable resource to help people.
But with a new LMPD Wellness Center and headquarters on the horizon, coupled with the lack of listed officers, not everyone feels the progress.
Where does accountability start if we don't know the people to hold accountable?
If they really want to affect change, they're going to have to arrest some cops. They're going to have to get rid of some people on the force. And that's the only way you're going to get the community to believe back into the government.
And David Kaplan also says the DOJ will be back in Louisville on April 10th, and they will be speaking to community members. Council and community members reiterated those conversations should not be exclusive and should include those most affected by harmful practices. I'm live in studio, Bobby McSwine, the WHAS 1119 on your side.
Bobby, thank you. The mayor said today that since the diversion program first launched a year ago, more than 600 people have received crisis support and referrals without police involved. If you're interested in getting involved to help them out, 7 County Services is hiring to expand hours for the deflection program here in Louisville.